So, today we're here and we're doing an exit interview for Tony Hervás. No, Hervás.
Hervás.
Hervás. Yes. And even though it sounds like huevos to me.
Yeah, I like that.
You've really undertaken a major project in this 3 months that you've been here. And our viewers are going to see it in all its complexity while we're talking about it. And so, where did you get your idea from?
The idea came from many years ago. The first time I arrived to the foundation,
Yes.
it was because I was researching on Chuck Arnett in the One Archives, and I was impressed on how drawing in the leather culture was related. So for sure, all the time was Tom appearing on there, and then I came here like to open my research as much as I could, because I only had like 3 months of residency on there, so I only wanted to work in one specific drawer. And then I realized on how much bigger was the possibility of that project. So I wrote to you back and I said that I didn't know exactly what was searching for, but I was sure that drawing in leather culture and Tom of Finland had a lot to do. Also because I work with symbology and with codes, so I just had this wonder on I want to spend time here to talk with all of you and to understand what I'm really searching for. It was more a heart feeling. You know?
And when you finally sort of achieved that, how would you describe that in just a few words?
I would describe that as a way of talking about how a community has been has found the ways to get together, and they all build that culture that it ended affecting real life.
And who were the artists that you actually pursued?
Yeah, I was mainly investigating about Tom. So at the time that I arrived here, you were preparing the All Together exhibition, and you made me understood that there was a gang of artists that they together were kind of working in different ways through the same idea. And then I decided to pick some of them. Of course, I couldn't do them all, and I did Etienne, I did Quintans, I did Bruce Rapp, also Chuck Arnett, that was the one that was researching before, Olaf, and Tom.
All right. So it has had several different activations. Like you were back in Barcelona, and you created a boot black chair there, and a orb, and the orb is like the moon, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moon was made here. It was not on the exhibition in Barcelona.
So it wasn't originally there. Just the boot black was.
And the mural.
So how close is this boot black chair to the one that you created in Spain?
The one that I created in Spain, that was the first one I did. Of course, I didn't have the help of Daniel, that is a very important person on the project.
Yeah.
It was more about doing a chair. I know that it should be a throne, it should be tall. So it remains the circle thing, because at the beginning I thought on doing a big installation that I wanted to pull things out of the room, but the sculpture was absorbing everything. I didn't know why, but that was the will of the sculpture. Like, she wants to eat all and to have it
So
all.
she's a she, is
She's
she?
a she, yeah.
Oh, that's the first time I found that out.
Okay, she's a she. And then I realized that all the time I was talking about circles and infinite lines. So that is still on this one. There is parts that I liked how it ended on Barcelona, so I kept them, and some of them become another piece that is the moon.
Okay. Oh, so it became part of the moon.
Yeah, indeed, the flower with the hole.
Yeah.
It was the chair that I did in Barcelona. It had like a kind of body that his neck become a hole. So you also could put the hand also
inside
that. I like that idea, but when I was doing here the chair, it suddenly appeared on the moon, and I like that. Yeah, it connect both things.
Yes, they do. I mean, you said one was sun and one was the moon, and so this is a very big project that you that you undertook, and let's just talk about what you'd like to see happen with it. So from here on, what would you like to see happen with these sculptures?
Yeah, I have the feeling that it's not the end of the project. I think that when it came here back to LA, that to me was very important to show it on the place where all the things happened. I realized how much powerful it became. So I would like to continue giving a bit more of life to it and to show it somewhere else on the States. I think it's the way.
It is interesting that when you put it back in its original place of creation, how it became so much more magnificent and strong.
Yeah, it's something that happened because when I started building it here, that we set the working space. To me, it's very important everything that surrounds the place where I'm doing the sculptures, because you are seeing those shapes, and those shapes are kind of affecting the shapes that you are doing. So when they came back to the garden, I think they had the essence of the nature and also even the colors of the space, and for sure the size, because it was made there.
Yes.
It fits perfect there. Maybe too tight, but
So in regards to this, from other projects, are most of your projects very theoretical?
My kind of approaching the projects, it goes both sides. It's very theoretical and at the same time very experimental with materials. And I don't do first one thing, then the other thing. I try to meld them both. So I start trying materials since the beginning, and also investigating, and then I find things in both ways and try to mix them, like to become something that to me looks strong or it makes sense.
Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I must say that it does the world of good for an artist when they have the company to be there to appreciate it. Yeah.
To me, it was very important to be very well surrounded. One thing that happened here, and that's why I think that I became very amused, and I did much more than what I was thinking on doing when I was here. It was, first of all, because you all were like very caring about what you are doing, and giving me like much more clues. Like maybe you would be interested. I remember that you left me comic books on the room, or you appear with some material that you find, and also the cardboards. And Clara, also the creator of the show in Human Resources, she was very close to that, and I felt that I could go as free as I felt secure, and cared.
And cared for.
Yeah. So I was saying that I felt like I could
expand.
Let me fell.
Yes,
and
yes.
I was going to be cut. So I had that feeling.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So, what else? What else would you like to tell the viewers about the work or about you?
Okay, I think that to me, because all the time I say that I work as if it was a puzzle that have many small pieces that must be matched together.
Yes.
And what allows me to bring them all together, that happened on the Black Book stand. It's about the Black Magic City of Finland. That
Why don't you expand on that a little bit?
I explain it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when I was here last year doing the research, I was very impressed when you showed me for the first time the Black Magic City. That I didn't saw the drawings before, and what impressed me the most is that kind of Tom is an excellent drawing, a drawer. Like he knows how to build the body, like you can touch, and I like when you said like how good is doing leather, that you can feel it or
Yes.
even smell it or taste it.
Yeah.
No? And then it was these other characters that were just an arm or a tongue or a head, no, and look to me it looked like phantoms somehow. And I asked you what was that, because you told me that it was during 10 years, the ones that he was staying here.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about that our preparatory drawings, but at the same time it was a preparation in itself.
Yeah.
These drawings to access to the Valhalla, knowing that most probably was going to die soon.
Right.
So it was a way of him to meet all his friends, all his fantasies, his desires, his dreams, and I took that as a metaphor. So he's the main character on the Black Book stand, and surrounding him are all the other artists that came to say bye or hi, or like going with him wherever he goes.
Okay. Well, I think you said it very, very well.
Okay, thank you.
So, so we're going to put this in storage,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully this next year we'll give it more venues, right?
Yeah.
So if anyone in the viewing population would like to investigate the possibility of showing it, they can do that, right?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly.
And I guess we'll film it. You've made an outfit so that you're wearing on Sunday to Tom's Bar.
Yeah, still not sure. Like I'm trying. If it's good, I will wear it. If not, looks like yes.
Oh, it looks like yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's a kind of my pieces that is melting several fetish wear. Like it have like some sport wear that I like a lot, and also it have like construction work clothes, and it also goes to the cowboy thing, because I'm mixing jeans and all of that, and adding the bandanas that I made for the exhibition. It's a kind of way to sell the bandanas.
Which actually, I should have brought this up earlier. How many pairs of jeans are in your tapestry?
In all the exhibition are about 350 jeans.
350 jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you've learned how to sew.
Yeah, like I started, because in each project I change the materials where I'm working on, and when I knew that I was willing to talk about this kind of awakening, that is the exhibition, that discovering the desire and the adventure to go to find it. So I was thinking on which materials I could use to do it. As an installation, I like this kind of coming as a drawer, coming from a flat material that can take body. And I tried several. Fabric was also there, always there. I tried, the leather was too expensive, and I think to do it as an installation to me doesn't look so ecologic or like so accessible to me. And then I was going on my way, like walking to the studio, and I saw so many jeans. I was like,
Everywhere.
why I didn't thought about that jeans. So I went to the flea market. I bought the cheapest jeans that I found there. I just cut them like super quick, not thinking about which shape I wanted. I sewed them like by hand. I started putting paint there, and was not really good, but I understood that was the way.
Uh-huh.
So then after that, I started buying a lot of jeans and seeing how I could cut them, how to sew them. So the thread was very important, the colors. I started buying all the material to do that, and I was building the thing at the same way I was painting. So it was each time bigger and bigger and heavier. Like on the mural there are like almost 3 layers in some places.
Yes.
And then I could see how my studio was changing. It ate my studio completely. Like I could not recognize my studio, and then I was sure that I could work in any space, and that can adaptate and take its own shape.
Super good. Well, I want to thank you for everything that you've brought to Tom House. And you're an interesting individual. It's not as easy to help you as there's a lot of resistance there, but that independence is part of your nature. So.
But I listen.
Yes, you do listen. And you also commented. You definitely made clear when you had an opposing position on something. And that, I think, is to your credit.
I thank you so much, and I would like you to thank you for all your help. Like without you, it was not even possible to do any of that. And even my resistance to get help, I was sure that I had you there, you know.
Yes. As a backup.
Like as a friend, you know.
Oh, yes.
Like as somebody who cares for you.
Yes.
And I was sure that whatever, even if I was not thinking it was what I wanted or whatever, I know that it was because you thought that could help.
Uh-huh.
So my instant reaction always is saying another thing, not you said that, but I keep going with whatever people tell me, and then I go back.
So we need to round this up, close this up, but take the horses and put them into a corral, and we should actually get ready. Are we going to rob the bank?
Yeah, wait.
Okay.
I can do that. To who? Wow. Should put it.
Yeah, you need to learn how to do a bandana.
I know. But the drawings are beautiful.
Yes, they're beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Durk, so much.